and welcome to, well, sadly, the last day of the Royal Highland Show 2024. We've got a lot in store for you today over the next hour. The first thing we're going to head to is the Young Handler section. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce you to the RHS chairman, Mr. Jim Warnock. Jim, have you been happy with the show so far?
Oh, listen, my second year as show chairman, we've had a blast of a show this year. We're sell out 2 days out of 4 and really high numbers, day 1 and day 4. And I couldn't ask for more as my second and last show as chairman. Fantastic. You
mentioned about the sellout there of a couple of the days. Tell us how ticket sales have compared with previous years.
Attendance is fantastic. We're 55,000 2 days out of 4 sold out, and very high ticket sales on the other 2 days. We'd love to increase the capacity, and through time we will. We just need to manage things and make sure we get a great customer experience when you come to our show. We want you to go home with sore legs, sore feet, and come back. That's what I'm after.
I think I can put a tick next to both of them, that's for sure. You're absolutely right. I mean, all over Instagram, Facebook, it's folks saying, anyone get a Saturday ticket, anyone get a such and such, that's brilliant to see for demand. But you mentioned this is your second show as chair. What's your sort of highlight of your chairmanship?
Firstly, it's an honour to serve as the chair of this society. It's something I've been building up to for 14, 15 years in the society, and it's been a great honour. Highlight of my 2 years, probably last year, staging the Golden Shears.
Of course.
A very, very big event worldwide, and it was a privilege to be involved and present some of these World Shearing Championship medals. It was a great time. So.
It was an absolute buzz. It was phenomenal. It really was. Well, let's talk highlight of this year's Highland Show so far.
Okay. Highlight for me actually was yesterday. An unbelievably strongly supported parade in the main ring. We would have probably close on 400 animals in that ring yesterday, and I've never seen the crowd so big round the outsides. I would probably say somewhere between 15 and 18,000 people watching that yesterday. That was pretty special.
No, absolutely phenomenal. And being in the middle of it, filming for that, I just felt completely insignificant. It was phenomenal. Really did.
Great. It was great.
But thank you very much for your time, Jim. Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Time to get into the action. We're now going to head down to rings 8 and 9 for the Sheep Young Handler section.
One of the major highlights on Sunday at the Royal Highland Show is seeing the next generation of farmers take their turn in the show ring. I'm in the pens where preparations are well underway for the Sheep Young Handler competition. Across the showground there's Beef and Clydesdale Young Handlers competitions also taking place, and they'll come together in the afternoon for the overall Young Handler of the Year competition. So it's such a busy competition, Andy. We've got so many competitors here. Why do you think Young Handlers is so popular?
Oh, they always are a massive draw at all the shows all around the country, but especially at the Royal Highland Show. Everybody comes down to watch these, and they'll be across there to watch the Young Handlers cattle as well. So you can hear the enthusiasm of the parents around the ring and everybody around the ring cheering and clapping and egging on their youngsters there, and it's always a big round of applause for everybody concerned there when we get a winner. What we're judging today isn't about the sheep at all. What we're judging today is about the young handlers and how these youngsters can handle their animals in a ring. A lot of them will have parents that have been breeders, and there'll be youngsters who will be coming into the industry, and this is a great grounding for youngsters to start learning their trade. The competition is split into 2 different age groups, so we get the youngest age group are down to 5, can you believe it or not, and we've seen some 5-year-olds in the ring here, their first time out, and that's 5 to 10-year-olds, and then you get the 11 to 16-year-olds who are the ones that they've probably won it as youngsters already, they've probably competed quite a few times, so the 2 classes are split. The first prize, the very young ones, competing against the first prize of the older ones, so that ends up with a single Young Handlers sheep champion, and then later on today, the cattle Young Handlers Championship is being judged in a minute, and there'll be Clydesdales, there'll be goats, there'll be Shetland ponies, and they all come to compete together for the champion young handler of the whole show. So it's a huge accolade to get that far.
Seeing so many competitors here today, it gives me a lot of confidence in the future of farming. How do you feel about that?
Oh, absolutely. I think we're seeing a lot more youngsters coming into the pedigree side of the industry in the last few years. And I think that it's the Young Handlers competition that have really helped with that to bring these youngsters on. And as you said, that makes it very healthy that we know that the younger generation are coming in through our great farming industry.
All the handlers have had to let go of their sheep, and in a wee minute we're going to get them in the corner, I think. This is a really good display of our handlers' skills here, so being able to catch up the sheep is a big part of showing as well. You need to hold on to them and you need to be able to catch them. That's a tough decision to make. I think we've got our winner. This young man's come first, well done. He looks so cool, calm and collected. He makes it look easy. He's clearly been working very hard this year, doing a lot of practice. I think the smile says it all, doesn't it?
It was a very strong show of young handlers. I was very impressed of the standard. Good to see that such keen individuals out there is in the future for farming. Bruce, he never took his eyes off the judge. He knew exactly the sheep, what about the breeding of the sheep, how it got there, how it was got on in every class at the show so far and previous shows it had been to, and it didn't matter where you were standing in the ring, he was making sure his sheep was standing right, but he was also watching where you were and what the judge was doing.
So I'm here with Bruce Guild. He's just won the sheep young handlers overall. How are you feeling, Bruce?
Oh, unbelievable. Aye, amazing.
I was speaking to your mum, so you were reserve last year. So how does it feel to get the win this time round?
Even better.
You've been doing this a wee while, have you?
Well, the Highland show, this is only my third time at the Highland, but I've been doing it at local shows quite a bit. Just building up to the Highland a bit.
Now, what kind of sheep have you got here? Who's this?
This is a crossed type Bluefaced Leicester Tut Lamb.
Have you bred this one yourself?
No, this isn't ours. I like borrowing another sheep because I don't know it. It makes me work a bit harder.
So, how do you feel going into the overall young handler competition, Bruce?
I don't know. Some of the boys in the cows, they're really good. Obviously last year winning it, but we'll just have to see. We'll try.
So we now have the winner of the Sheep Young Handler through to the overall final. The latest section to be judged is the Clydesdale Young Handler class. There's 19 in the class. It's fab to see such a strong entry. Small people with very big horses.
The secrets to handling a Clydesdale is to get to know your animal. You must understand the good points and the poorer points, the weaker points of its conformation, its behaviour and how it's likely to behave. Today's judge is not judging the actual animal. We are looking at how the handler can show their Clydesdale horse to its best advantage. What must be a very high pressure situation for anyone who's in the 12 to 15 age bracket that this class covers. Obviously they will be looking for how the horse is shown, how it enters the ring, how the handler deals with such a large arena like this, and how it responds to the ongoing situation of a live showing class. You've always got your hopes up, and you can maybe think that you're going to do well and you'll see a horse that you didn't expect to be tough competition. Obviously, we're here to enjoy ourselves. If you relax and smile, then the horse will too. It's very important to remember the pressure that the children put under themselves. And this is an ideal opportunity to show how good you can control a majestic animal like a horse. And the pressure is always on to make the most of the horse you have and do the best for the animal that you're leading in the show.
What I find really important is the etiquette within the ring. So the ring craft that the handler's got, saying good morning to the judge, making sure that you're paying attention to where the judge is, where your animal is, and make sure you're dressed correctly. That's one of the main things. But as far as the compares are concerned, make sure that when they're trotting and walking to and from the judge, they do it in a straight line, that they're going straight to the judge. When they're standing their horse up, the horse is standing in the correct position with its legs in the right area. But I always like to see them going up the hill, so if they're going to take their horses and stand them down the hill, I don't think that's just as good as it should be if they're up the hill.
Our winner today is Caitlin Marshall.
We are winner there, Caitlin Marshall with the yearling filly. The breeding always helps. and a nice young fresh filly. Caitlin's 14 years old and comes from a long line of quality Clydesdale.
Congratulations on winning the Clydesdale Young Handler class this morning, Caitlin. Can you tell me a little bit about your horse?
This is Clover. Clover's a yearling filly. This is our second show out.
Brilliant.
And she's been really well behaved. There's a lot of practice goes into showing them and getting them ready and stuff. I'm hopefully going to win the overall Young Handler competition.
Good luck, you'll be fine.
Thank
You'll be
you.
grand.
Okay.
Absolutely superb, and our year-old filly went tremendously, and both handler and animal have a super future in front of them.
Abo Wind is a renewable energy company founded in 1996. Our long-term partnerships with farmers and landowners are at the heart of what we do. At Abo Wind, we're delivering a clean energy future. If you have land that might be suitable for a wind farm, battery storage facility, or a solar farm, we would love to talk to you about how we could work together. Abo Wind. Renewables are our DNA.
Do you know a farmer, worker or business who is driving the agricultural industry forward? From Sheep Farm of the Year to Contractor of the Year, these awards are open to everyone championing our Scottish agriculture. Brought to you by AgriScot, the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society of Scotland and the Scottish Farmer, entries are open for the Scottish Agricultural Awards 2024. Culminating in an awards gala night, bringing together over 500 guests, this is a night not to be missed. For information on how to put forward entries into the awards, visit newsquestscotland.com/events/Agri-Awards. We need you to stand up and champion the amazing work and people in Scottish agriculture, and enter today.
There is one section here at the Royal Highland Show that needs no introduction, and that's because you can hear it from a mile off. In the main ring, today we will be judging the heavy horse turnout sixes and the overall heavy horse turnout.
I'm always in awe of the skill required to control 6 giant Clydesdales. Once the winner of this class has been decided, we'll go on to the Heavy Horse Championship, where the 6 horse hitch will be up against the 4s, the unicorns, the pairs and the single.
of the Noble. The winners of the 6-horse team, the 2024 Royal Highland Show, JW and M McIntyre, driven by Ron Brewster.
You've just won the 6-horse team at the Highland Show. How do you feel?
Pretty amazing at the moment, but today was like 7 o'clock this morning start. But it's years to get these horses right for this.
And how many hours polishing?
Weeks. Weeks. Because we've been using the harness all week, so it's always dirty, and then you've got to clean it all again for the next day. So it's like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Very good, well done.
Thank you very much.
This is McIntyre's fabulous 6-horse turnout, driven by Ronnie Brewster, the winner here. What a fabulous sight in the sunshine here at the Royal Highland Show.
What made the winner stand out?
That team went absolutely beautiful. They were beautiful to watch. All 6 horses were pulling equally. That's the main thing. You want all 6 pulling in unison, and his turnout is immaculate. It's a beautiful vehicle, harness and everything. No, it was a deserved winner on the day.
And going into the championship, how do you compare the 6s to the 4s to the unicorns?
Well, at the moment, I'm not thinking about them. I'll wait until they all appear on the day. I've judged them over this last week, and on the day, each turnout is a winner. Now, whether they produce that winner's form this afternoon, we shall wait to see.
We've had the 6-horse team in, now it's time for the heavy horse turnout overall championship. The judges had a really good look at all 4 competitors. Let's find out who the winner is.
The Supreme Champion Turnout, Royal Highland Show 2024. This is JW and M McIntyre's 6-horse team, driven by Mr. Ronald Brewster.
Congratulations on winning the heavy horse champion turnout at the Highland Show. What does it mean?
It makes all the hard work worthwhile.
Good.
Coming out here and seeing this, and people appreciating what you do, yeah, it makes it worthwhile.
Will you see you back here again next year?
Oh God, yeah. Winning 2 is amazing. It is amazing. We've been very fortunate this week.
Got a good set of horses.
Very good set of horses.
Well
We've got
done.
a great team of people behind us to get them in the ring. So, yeah.
Congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
I'm Jill Withyman, Head of Marketing for Angus Soft Fruits. Angus Soft Fruits, we're actually in our 30th year, this is our 30th anniversary, and we breed, grow, pack and supply berries that we grow in Scotland and all over the world to the major multiples in the UK and also export to the Middle East and Asia. So it's fantastic, the best berries in the world, and we're keeping the world healthier, one berry at a time.
It's lovely. Yeah. Sorry.
And we've got raspberries as well. These are delicious.
We work closely with the Royal Highland Educational Trust to really bring our product and our farms to life for school children. So we've helped them grow berry plants and strawberries, grow their own strawberries and understand the life cycle of the strawberry plant and how to actually grow food and understand the importance of eating a healthy diet and a varied diet. So it's been fantastic. And then we also bring the kids out to our farms and show them around the farm and really bring it to life for them and excite and engage them in terms of a career potentially in agriculture and so they can understand it's not just picking and packing, there's lots more within our organisation to actually work. Oh, the Royal Highland show is just next level. I mean, it's just so fantastic. What a strong community we've got, not just with the other exhibitors and the other growers and food stands there are here, but with just so many. It's just a really lovely community here. We all work together. It's meeting old friends, and it's not just the other exhibitors, it's also the customers come back year in, year out from all over the world. It's a really lovely culture, really lovely environment, lots of fun. It's very busy and it's really great, really great. Well, on behalf of Angus Soft Fruits, I'd really like to wish the Royal Highland Society a very happy 240th anniversary.
Click Extra is valuable to our enterprise as it just gives us that long blowfly strike protection on our sheep for 19 weeks, and it gives us that peace of mind and welfare for the animals for that long period. By the sheep having the protection of Click Extra, it's helping the welfare of the animals, and if they haven't got any blowfly strike and get maggots, then they're a lot healthier and happier.
Take on the world. take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
Find Scottish enlightenment every day with the Scotsman. From fisheries to forestry, agriculture to rewilding, Scotland's rural sector impacts us all. Our coverage will enlighten your understanding of this vital sector.
Having grown up in the countryside, writing about this topic, it's not just a job, it's a passion.
Our team of specialists cover all aspects of Scottish life. Find your Scottish enlightenment. Join us in digital and in print today.
Welcome back everyone. We have a busy day ahead of us in the sheep shearing. First off, we'll head over to the McRobert Pavilion to see the open machine final. But before, we're going to head over to see the wool handling from yesterday.
Last year, the World Sheep Shearing and Wool Handling Championships were held in the McRobert Pavilion. Scotland's Rosie Kieran was crowned World Champion Wool Handler, and before this year's show, we went to her croft near Betty Hill to talk to her.
So bad. I'm Rosie Keenan. I was the World Wool Handling Champion last year at the Golden Shears at the Highland Show at Ingolstadt. So since the Golden Shears last year, my life has changed quite considerably. I came back up to the north of Scotland and finished off the shearing season, which was actually my first season in the north of Scotland. Normally it's the south. And then me and my partner went shearing over in Norway for a couple of months, and then came home for the winter, and my partner went away to Norway again, so I was just home alone in the croft, feeding animals and stuff, and then had the little one, Emmy, at the start of April. So it's been, yeah, very different to this time last year. We are crofting on the north coast of Scotland, just a few miles south of Betty Hill. It's 130 acres, and we've got some belted Galloway cows, some Cheviot ewes and some pigs now as well. RHS is really important to the rural community because they support charities such as RSABI and the Royal Highland Education Trust as well. And it's great that it's their 240th anniversary this year. The Royal Highland Show is really important for me in my calendar year because it's been something I've been attending since I was a child. I used to love, well, I'd get the day off school sometimes and go on the Thursday when it was quieter, and it was just great to see everything, like all the livestock. The food hall was always the highlight, and you'd go around and see all the machinery in the shops and stuff as well, and then obviously the shearing, which I've been brought up in, which I spent countless hours watching people shearing sheep in that shearing shed, so it's just been really great growing up with that there, and then for the last 11 years now going there to compete as well, and it's just, yeah, you gear yourself up for the Highland because it's the biggest show in Scotland. So. The best part about the Highland Show for me is catching up with people that I haven't seen because we've been too busy with our farming lives to have a catch up over the year, so it's always a great get together to see friends and family. So competing this year, I'm very laid back about it. If I win, that's brilliant. If I come last, I don't mind because I'm just putting no pressure on me this year. I'm just going to cruise along. And yeah, last year was a great, successful year, but I was very tired after it. So now this year with the wee one, I'm just going to go there and enjoy it and just take part. I'd just like to wish everyone involved with the Royal Highland Agricultural Society a big congratulations on the big 240 anniversary this year.
Unfortunately, Rosie didn't make it to today's open wool handling finals, but I want to catch up with her anyway. How did you get on this morning, Rosie?
Well, it was my first time back on the board in a very long time since last year, so I didn't have great expectations of myself. I ended up coming 9th out of 17, but I'm pretty pleased with that. My points on the board were really low, so that was good. My rolls out the back weren't so great, but I was just up there just to have fun and bring the wee one along as well.
Is it disappointing that you didn't make the final this year?
Not really, because I'm not as fit as I was last year. I've obviously had other priorities like this little one. So it's just a good family day out, and I just wanted to get up and just give it a go.
That's the final just finished. The first to finish on time was Becca Jackson from Wales. However, the winner will depend on the judges' other criteria. The fleece throw, the quality of the roll, how tidy they keep the board, as well as the tidy up at the end. Once they've decided all of that, the winners will be announced.
So this is a Masters Wool Handler Award that I've just been awarded, and it is to honour those for recognition of outstanding ability in wool handling. So because I won the World Championships last year, this is an award for it, which I'm just super thrilled to have.
And the winner of the 2024 Open Wool Handling from Wales, Becca Jackson.
It was good to win my second Open competition. But yeah, it was a great competition held by the Royal Highland Show.
Now, we young farmers love a challenge. It would seem me more than most, because the team sent me to have a go at Farrier. The Royal Highland Show absolutely does not stop at livestock and equine competitions. The Royal Highland Agricultural Society for Scotland have always made a point of championing rural skills. We're here at the Forge, where farriers will be making horseshoes and competing in various competitions.
Farrier is one of these things that absolutely vital for the equine industry in Scotland, a growing industry. They're working through a junior and open competition, and they're basically making shoes from scratch. So they cut a piece of metal, and then they have to, with a lot of skill and a lot of power and a lot of hammering, they make a perfect shoe to fit to a horse.
Is there opportunity for young people in this industry?
Yes, there is. There really is opportunity for young people in this, and it is a fantastic industry to get involved in. And you watch these guys; they go on the floor and they start their shoeing round, and as they walk off, they're kind of like, oh, I could have done this better, or I could have done that better. And actually, when you look at it, you're like, wow, that was an achievement.
So just to show you all some of the work that is going into it and the products that are being produced, let's just look at a shoe that's been produced earlier today by a competitor. I mean, absolutely phenomenal artwork, a true skill. I actually was lucky enough to have a go, and I'll just quickly show you what that looked like. Can I just have a quick look there, Abby? This was my first attempt at ever having a try at Farrier, and quite a good attempt for a first go, wouldn't you say?
I'm not really sure you're being whole. Honestly truthful here.
Okay, in fairness, this was actually my attempt, and genuinely, I would class myself as a relatively strong person. The effort that goes into this to create this, what is genuinely a piece of art, is absolutely phenomenal.
Do you know a farmer, worker or business who is driving the agricultural industry forward? From Sheep Farm of the Year to Contractor of the Year, these awards are open to everyone championing our Scottish agriculture. Brought to you by AgriScot, the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society of Scotland and the Scottish Farmer, entries are open for the Scottish Agricultural Awards 2024. Culminating in an awards gala night, bringing together over 500 guests, this is a night not to be missed. For information on how to put forward entries into the awards, visit newsquestscotland.com/events/Agri-Awards. We need you to stand up and champion the amazing work and people in Scottish agriculture, and enter today.
Click Extra is valuable to our enterprise as it just gives us that long blowfly strike protection on our sheep for 19 weeks, and it gives us that peace of mind and welfare for the animals for that long period. By the sheep having the protection of Click Extra, it's helping the welfare of the animals, and if they haven't got any blowfly strike and get maggots, then they're a lot healthier and happier.
Abel Wind is a renewable energy company founded in 1996. Our long-term partnerships with farmers and landowners are at the heart of what we do. At Abel Wind, we're delivering a clean energy future. If you have land that might be suitable for a wind farm, battery storage facility, or a solar farm, we would love to talk to you about how we could work together. Abel Wind. Renewables are our DNA.
The Young Handlers competition reaches a climax today, and later we will be crowning the overall Young Handler. But first, we need to find our Beef Young Handler to progress to the final.
We've already seen Bruce Guild win the Sheep Young Handler competition and a place in the overall final later today. Now it's time for the Beef Young Handlers, young boys and girls taking control of animals weighing well over a tonne.
It's great to see these youngsters getting out there in the ring and plying their trade and learning their trade at the same time. It's almost a school learning lesson for these guys to get out there, especially the youngsters, to get out there and compete, showing off the skills that they have about handling the animals. It's not about the animals themselves, it's about how they handle the animals, how they bring them out, how they're turned out, how the youngsters themselves are turned out, and then of course they're asked questions by our judge as to what about the animal, how it's fed, and all that comes into play about what the Young Handlers competition is about. Our judge, Steph Dick, is very well known within the industry. She's been involved in this for a long time. She'll have won all the Young Handlers events in her younger days. Our judge today will be looking for the way that these animals handle themselves. They've got to be standing in the right position. The youngsters always need to be looking at the judge, and she'll be watching and turning her back and seeing who's actually really taking notice and who really wants to win this competition. And she'll know who her winners are because they will make themselves known to the judge. the preparation that goes into to these animals is immense. They'll be washed early this morning, they'll be groomed, and all sorts of potions and products will be sprayed on them to make them look at their very, very best. And the youngsters themselves will have brushed their hair, I hope anyway. We'll see that in a minute, and be well turned out. So of course it's a very important event for them, and the winners of this will go on, and they will go on and become breeders in their own right. But to be able to win this, it'll give them a chance to go on forward, maybe put their names up to get jobs in top pedigree herds, which is a great accolade to know that they can do it and work at this level and handle cattle at this level.
How does it feel to win the Beef Young Handler?
It's amazing, to be honest. I've been second here 2 years in a row, so this has made it all worth it now. It's years and years of work. I started with her as a yearling, won a few shows with her, and now she's a 3-year-old, so hopefully she'll have a calf, and I'll be back here next year with her, hopefully.
And how did it feel when you got asked to switch with the other young handler?
To be honest, I was in a show the other day and I had to do that, so I was prepared for it, and I show quite a few breeds and I like the limbs, so it was a nice switch. So my mum and dad were up, but they've gone home, so it's just the people I work for, but yeah.
Are you looking forward to telling them about their big win?
Oh yes, they'll be over the moon.
My name is Bruce Lang, and I'm Chief Steward of Sheep Shearing here at the Royal Highland Show. Sunday's always our biggest, most competitive day at the Highland, because we have the Scottish National Machine Shearing, and followed in the afternoon by the Open Shearing with the country's very best shearers on display. The Scottish National Competition is for home shearers eligible to compete for Scotland. They're of senior or open standard. 6 in the final. We started off with 20 this morning in the heats. We've had heats, 2 semi-finals, and we're just about to start with the final.
I think it's one of the best finals I've ever commentated on, and that's 18 years I've commented on, and I think that's the best one yet. We're past 15 times world champion Hamish Mitchell, who's a near-death experience a few years ago, and Callum Shaw, 5 times champion. It's unbelievable the speed they boys can go at. Can't really let the poor boy Stuart Robson stand 5. won the seniors yesterday, and he's not far away. You could rule none of the boys out the way they were shearing. They can go so much little points. I wasn't even just a good 30 seconds between the last one, so it's still an open to anybody. But a worthy winner.
Delighted to announce the winner of 2024 Scottish National Shearing is Callum Shaw.
Good feeling, come out on top against the best in Scotland, so yeah, I'm quite happy, yeah. Former champs and a lot of young fellas coming through too, so it's good to see, and yeah, I was glad I just managed to come out on top.
In under 15.5 minutes for 20 sheep, that's some doing.
Back this afternoon for the Open, so it'll be a stronger field again, so we'll see how we go there to keep the reputation up for Scotland. Back again next year, see, retain the title. Yeah.
Find Scottish enlightenment every day with the Scotsman. From fisheries to forestry, agriculture to rewilding, Scotland's rural sector impacts us all. Our coverage will enlighten your understanding of this vital sector.
Having grown up in the countryside, writing about this topic, it's not just a job, it's a passion.
Our team of specialists cover all aspects of Scottish life. Find your Scottish enlightenment. Join us in digital and in print today.
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
We're here with three very important men that make the Highland show what it is today. Starting with Mark, are you quite happy with, one, how the venue's looking and also the numbers of folk we've had through the door?
The showground looks great, it looks perfect. I mean, sitting here now, on the last day of the show, being able to relax on a nice romantic boat trip with you, It's phenomenal, and it's great to reflect on the last 4 days, you know, with a big smile on our face.
How have numbers looked at the show and also support for the hoolie?
The hoolie was great. It was great to get it into its second year, and I think people knowing more about what it is this year got really behind it. So we had just over 9,000 people attend the hoolie this year to see Derek Ryan and Tide Lines and Trail West, etc., and see rednecks sing Cotton Eye Joe, which was an experience for me. That added to the 211,000 people who attended over the 4 days of the Royal Highland Show. Takes us to a clean 220 for the 4 days, which is just incredible, and it gives us a wee tick over the recent Taylor Swift concerts, who broke the UK record for the biggest weekend of shows. So Royal Highland Show, sheep, farming, rural life, just beat Taylor Swift. Can't beat that.
And Ali, to make this all possible, we require sponsors. How has support been this year?
Support this year has been absolutely phenomenal. We could not wish for a better bunch of sponsors, and the numbers that we've seen just shows that Scottish agriculture and rural living is the heart of Scotland.
What's a highlight for yourself?
My highlight is looking at the livestock rings all weekend, 7, 8 deep, people coming together and connecting, having those conversations, shared learning, and that's what RHS, the charity behind the Royal Highland Show, is all about.
David, have you been happy with entries this year for the Highland Show?
Yeah, absolutely. Our entries are up on last year. We're back to our kind of pre-COVID levels, which is fantastic. The support we've had this year has been phenomenal, really, and difficult financial times for people. We've got a fantastic team of stewards, judges, and staff that we couldn't do this without. So I really have to thank them for all they've done over the last 4 days as well.
Again, a highlight for yourself?
It's got to be one of the new things we introduced this year, the Trade Stand Awards. So we awarded for the best trade stand in each area of the show, and it's created a real good buzz around the showground on Thursday, which has lasted all the way through the show.
Thank you to the three of you. However, Mark, it's been an utter pleasure to meet you. I mean, the Ginger Prince, I have looked up to you since I was a child. Could I just have your portrait there signed? Just there we are. That would be great. Thank you, my man. You're a good man.
I've been strung up there.
Excellent, excellent. I'll be selling that on eBay for millions later on.
I'll go for pennies, trust me.
Oh, man, thank you very much.
Excellent, thanks for that.
Cherish that for days. Look at this, we're experts. Someone else's autograph who will be in high demand at the end of the day is the winner of the final competition here, the overall Young Handlers.
It's been a busy morning at the Royal Highland Show with all of the young people competing in the Young Handlers in their individual sections. Now we're going to head to the overall Young Handler final to see who can turn out the best animal on display today. It's great to see so many young people in the ring today doing the Young Handlers competition. This was a competition I competed in when I was 12 or 13 in the dairy section, and the buzz of being in that ring is like nothing else, with your parents proudly watching on from the side. So I hope they all feel as proud and as nervous and as excited as I did all those years ago.
What a lovely animal it is. So beautifully brought out as well.
The final is being judged by Caroline Morton and her father Robin Orr. We caught up with Caroline at home before the show to see what she will be looking for today.
On the Sunday of the Highland Show, we've got the tough job of comparing beef, sheep, heavy horse and the dairy, and it will be really tough to pick in between the young handlers on the day. Each of them will have different attributes that they're wanting to show off in front of us, so it really is very fine details that we'll be looking at to try and pick them apart. They're coming in as a team. As I said, the young handler has to have that connection with the animal to make them really shine in the ring. So it's definitely a combination of both of them together. It's a really difficult decision between all the different
types of animals that we have in front of us and variety of ages of the children as well. And everyone should be really proud of themselves because they're immaculately turned out, and you can see why they've came through to the overall championship today.
We are here with our young handler overhead champion, and that is Rihanna Davis. Rihanna, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Have you had a good day today?
Amazing, couldn't be any better.
Ever had an experience like this?
When I won Stars of the Future was pretty special, but this is the show you want to win.
Oh well, it sounds like we've got someone that's used to winning at this point. I'm guessing with the accent, not from Edinburgh?
No, I'm from Wales.
Big journey up. Have you had a good time when you've been here, obviously?
Yes, been here all week.
And we've got a father and daughter team here, I believe. What is it you guys have been looking for today?
So as soon as the animals and the handlers came into the ring, we really wanted to make sure that they were paying attention to us and also spending enough time on their animal. And I think Rihanna got that combination just spot on.
And tell us about who we have here.
So this is Wilma, she's a 3-year-old heifer, and I think she's my heifer now.
What a way to draw the curtain on the 2024 Royal Highland Show. It's with mixed emotions, as it's a shame to see it over, but what a fantastic weekend of great stories across the sector. You have one job left, and that's to prepare for Royal Highland Show 2025. See you next June.